For the next part of the complete Simpsons room tour, let's do this little wall over here. So the main thing, obviously, is the big arcade machine there. That's from Arcade 1-Up. It's not an original, it's from a recent re-release they did a few years ago, and it's got, that's the original Simpsons arcade game, and it also has a bowling game on there, which was out a bit later in arcades. Next to the screen there, that's a Bart money box and a Homer radio. In the middle there, those are the cufflinks that Hugh wore to Lisa's wedding. So they made those, I think they were from Pop Culture. Also from them is this stonecutter ring. I had to put this big beanbag filled Homer in front of the arcade machine there, and he's wearing a Quickie Mart hat. At his feet is another sort of beanbag type Homer. This is a dancing Homer one. I think both of these guys were sort of carnival sideshow prizes. While we're down here, down on the floor here, these are the boxed sets of the 20th anniversary figures from the Promotions Factory. I just chuck them down there because I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. So let's go back up to the top of the arcade machine here, and I have a couple of boxes there, store display boxes from the Skybox trading card sets. That's Series 1 and Series 2, which came out in 93 and 94. In the middle there is a Kid Robot Treehouse of Horror pin set. I did an unboxing when I bought this whole box there. The only one I'm missing actually is that Inside Out Homer there. And on top of that are a few other Kid Robot Homer figures. A regular Buddha, a golden Buddha, and a Mr. Sparkle. So behind the arcade machine there, I've got a few posters hung up. This is a drive-through sign from Burger King when they had the Creepy Classics toys in the kids' meal. We've got a few stickers. There's an Alberto, a Krusty, and a Chazwazza. And up there is a Simpsons flag from early 90s. And at the back there is another fast food sign. That one is a Lightbox sign. It would have been in the menu behind the counter there at the back. It would have had the light shining through it so you could see what you wanted. And I've got those figures over there. That's that set. But I'll get to that shelf later. Underneath that, on this shelf here, we've got another trading card store display box. This one is from the Simpsons Down Under set from Tempo in 96. Behind that is the Who's Who of Springfield pin set. You can see the pins in the back there. They were in the Herald Sun newspaper in about 2006. Top shelf there is a few of my favorite pop vinyls. We've got the Nightmare Willie with little Bart in his hand, a Lard Lad, that's the glow-in-the-dark Devil Flanders, and Kangen Kodos. Underneath them, this is a Red Rooster family couch set, complete with the kids' meal box shaped into the living room, and a little itchy and scratchy cardboard TV. Lisa, I think, had gum or some sort of candy in it. This Bart has a weird little, I don't know why he does that, but he does. I think that's from another fast food set. And at the back there is a dashboard Homer, motion censored. He usually talks, but I don't have batteries in him. Over here we've got some pasta from 1990 and an Easter egg from about year 2000-ish. I wouldn't recommend eating either of those. These sort of bath time family figures there have holes in the bottom there. They were actually on top of shampoo bottles at one point. And this Duff beer is actually a USB stick. Underneath that, Marge and Lisa air fresheners. We've got these little finger skateboards and a couple of egg cups, a Homer and a Bart there, and a Krusty juggling ball. That Maggie is a condom. One of my friends found that. Someone was out there making novelty condoms, and for some reason they made The Simpsons, and Maggie is probably the least appropriate character you could turn into a condom, but I have it because it's just so bizarre. Next to that, there's a Bart gumball machine, a Mr. Potato Head Homer. There's a tin at the back, and these little guys underneath there were from those like Gacha machines. We've got the DVDs, so that shelf there, that's all of the seasons, or at least some of the seasons. The others are on the other shelf. The movie, a couple of random compilation DVDs, and what's that? The Simpsons Road Rage on Nintendo GameCube. Shelf below that is actually old VHS compilations. Down on the bottom shelf there, those white cases are the very first videos to have come out in the early 90s. I think that's pretty much the first season, or a bit of the first 1 and 2. The others are in those coloured ones in the middle, the Simpsons collection. Over this side, there's a few more videos, DVDs, there's some CDs there. So that's the movie album, Sing the Blues, Songs in the Key of Springfield, and Go Simpsonic. There's a couple of more games in there. That's the Simpsons game on Nintendo DS. A few of the books. That's the Simpsons Library of Wisdom. Those are great little books. And Are We There Yet? It's like a travel guide to Springfield. In front of that are these little sort of bath and shower gel from the mid-90s, I'd say, by those colour schemes, with little suction cup versions of the characters in them. And these 4 figures here had candy tubes underneath them. This bottom corner, you can barely see it because I've piled too much stuff in front of it, but those are some more books, comics, that kind of thing. So this whole section is a bit of a mess. I kind of hide this corner. No one really sees it very often. So there's a jigsaw puzzle. Those folders have Tarzos in them, those little collectible Pog things, which I've shown in a few videos before. 20 questions game, which I have done a couple of videos on. These folders up here are the stickums, which I've shown a few times. I just don't know where to store these albums when I'm not using them. And then right down on the floor here, this is kind of where I haphazardly keep my Simpsons themed shoes. So we've got the Adidas Stan Smith Homer Simpson crossover there with Homer in the hedges, and that's the box for them. These are some Vans with the full Simpsons cast on them. And these two here, they I Choo Choo Choose You and the King of Naps slippers were from Zing for Valentine's Day and Father's Day. And then we've got these big Homer head cushy slippers. I actually wore these for ages before I decided I should put them in the Simpsons room before they disintegrate. So yeah, that's another wall of the collection done.